welcome back. Today I'm going to bring you along for a flu-fighting, immune-boosting, cold-killing soup. Alright, so let's get started on this hopefully super delicious, super garlicky soup. So here are 4 of my 10 cloves or so of garlic. It should be around, excuse me, 30 cloves. But, you know, if you don't have that many and you only have 20, then use 20 or whatever. But I'm wanting a really garlicky flavor. So, the first thing I'm doing is cutting open my garlic. And that's because I want to put some olive oil on it and whatnot. Now, I don't think you'd have to do this if you didn't want to, but I want to. And it also lets me get off some of the extra garb that I really don't need. It's not going to serve a purpose. And maybe I'll cut these this way. And I've seen people like cut and then discard the small part, but that still has some garlic in it. And I'm not wasting any garlic. So, also, another thing, because I'm nothing if not inventive. I do not have any aluminum foil. Like, I looked, there is no aluminum foil in this house at all. So, I'm going to improvise when roasting our garlic, which is the first step in this garlic soup. Is you want a really good roast on your garlic. Otherwise, it's just not going to be the same flavor. So, you're supposed to put your olive oil on, wrap up your garlic so that it's not open to getting burnt, because you definitely don't want burnt garlic. And then opening up the little pouch that you make, and voila. Well, since I don't have that, I have my Dutch oven. I have some parchment paper down, just so nothing burns or sticks. And then I'm going to put the lid on, but I'm going to have it cocked so that it's not completely closed. Now, this is just sunflower oil, and it's a high heat oil, which is what you want. You don't want anything that's best eaten raw. So, high heat, and then we're going to liberal salt and pepper. Not so liberal on the salt, liberal on the pepper. So there's that. And then I'm going to put it in my oven like so. So that air can circulate in and out. My garlic is covered and protected like it was in a foil pouch. Without the actual foil pouch. And hopefully this works. But, so this is going to go into a 400-degree oven for about an hour is usually what it takes. But watch your garlic, because you definitely don't want it to burn. So I will see you back in an hour. Okay, so this is 5 minutes after I turned off the camera. I just read on a different recipe that you can do cut side down, and it should keep your garlic safe. So I'm going to turn all of my garlic face down and try not to make a mess while I do it. There. And now I don't have to have the lid on, which makes me feel better, because I really was afraid that it was just going to get done too fast. So we're going to do it like this for about 45 minutes, and we are turning down the heat to about 325, 350, around there. Now, this is if you don't have the foil. If you have the foil, then you can close them up. It doesn't matter which way they are, and they go in a 400-degree oven. So, if you have the foil, 400 degrees. If you don't have the foil, face down on a baking sheet or casserole dish, whatever, and a lower temperature. So, now bring, excuse me. Excuse me again. This is why I'm making the soup. This went for about 45 minutes, and it is not burnt, and I let it cool because this is how easy it is. You can literally just pop them out, and these already popped out. Just make sure you don't get any of the skin because you don't want it. But this smells amazing. I am so excited for this soup. Now, what we're gonna do is, if you have a blender, just pop this in a blender with some broth. But I don't have a blender at the moment, so I'm gonna use my little immersion blender. I'm gonna get all of these taken out of the skin, and then add some chicken broth is what I'm using, some chicken bone broth, and that is gonna make this into just, it's so mushy anyway, it's gonna be a delicious garlic broth. And then I will bring you back for the next step. Okay, so I have all of my garlic cloves out of their little skins, and it's at least 30, so we're good there. And then this is my turkey bone broth that I just got finished making. Yeah, so this is the turkey broth I just got finished making. And we need about 4 cups for the soup anyway, so I'm going to use some of it. And then, oh, it smells so good. I also have some of this that I'm going to put in. This is the bone-in chicken legs that I did, and I will leave a link to that in the iCard. This is full of collagen and minerals and such from these bones as well. So if I need extra, I will put some of that in, because I need to use some chicken anyway. So we have some broth in with our stuff. I have my immersion blender. Puree all very carefully. All of the garlic. I made our little broth garlic puree. I chopped up 1 large onion, and I melted down about 3 tablespoons of butter, and I let that go. I lightly salt and peppered, just because I like to season every level of my soup or dish. Now, of course, I do it lightly with the salt because you don't want to over salt. But with vegetables, it's good to salt because it lets the natural juices come out. So, that's good to go. So now I'm going to add in the rest of our quart of my home canned turkey broth, or chicken broth, or vegetable broth, or I'm sure this would be good with beef broth too. Get that. And then we'll put in our puree. And I have a baby in my arms right now, so I can't scrape that out, but I will in a minute. Give it a stir. And now, just to make this even more beneficial to your health, because the garlic is so, it's so good for cold and flu. They've done studies on it being just as effective as an antibiotic in some cases. So do your own research, but we like to be as natural minded as possible. It's one of the things that we have changed here the past couple years. And so, well, shoot, we should be super healthy because I always have garlic. But anyway, the garlic has stuff, the onion has nutrients, And now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar with the mother. It's raw, organic, unfiltered, and I'm eyeballing it, but about a 1/4 cup. And that has a bunch of benefits to it. Then we're going to add some turmeric, which, if you don't know that turmeric has benefits, then do your research on that too, because turmeric is super good for you. Anti-inflammatory, fights depression, cold, flu, excellent stuff. And then last, well not last, but some lemon juice, squirt of that, and then I'm going to add a little more black pepper, just because I really like pepper. And we're going to bring this up to a simmer and let all of our flavors come together, and then we will taste test and see if it needs any additional seasonings. I have a couple extra seasonings that I may put in later, such as cumin or coriander, but I'm not sure yet. I want to try it like this first and then go from there. I don't want to over season, especially since I want to be able to eat all of this and serve it to my whole family. So I'm going to let this go, and it already smells so good. It looks so good. If it was heated up, I'd try it right now, but it's not heated up, so I will bring you back. Alright, so here is the soup, and I will taste test it for you. It smells divine. It looks divine. It is full of wonderful ingredients. The onion, garlic, the bone broth, the apple cider vinegar, the turmeric. It just, I cannot wait. Oh my goodness. That is the best. Wow. That that is superb. Oh my goodness. Yep. I will definitely be making a huge batch of this because it is wonderful. Nothing is too overpowering. The garlic isn't overpowering. The apple cider vinegar isn't overpowering. It is all just perfect. I am going to add a little red pepper. Even though I'm not going to do it to the whole bowl, but if I can get it to come out. But I am going to add a little bit to mine. That also can help with congestion, adding a bit of red pepper. But this is definitely something that I'm going to start doing on a regular basis all through this winter season, because I do not want my family getting sick. And this is something that I can cool off and put in my daughter's sippy cups. I'll just strain out the onion pieces, and then they can have this, my son can have this, and me and my husband. So this is definitely 100% win. I'm really glad that I hoarded all of those garlic bulbs. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, so that you never miss another thing that is going on in this crazy household. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching.